4 decades back, they trusted a woman who's in her 20s to do this job.
That's a very, very important value. And I think this is something that girls across the spectrum from Kashmir to Kanyakumari can pick a leaf out of your hat.
My husband went for the inauguration of Hosur factory where Mr. J.R.D. Tata opened it.
Oh my God.
You'll never hear I in Tata Group.
Yeah. Humility is a hallmark.
Yes.
In Titanian.
Exactly.
Dear associates of Titan Company, welcome to Gold Standard. Today, I am in Vijayawada, in coastal Andhra Pradesh, and this is the 10th fastest growing city in the world. The city is on the banks of river Krishna. I am here to meet Mrs. Jogulamba Prasad, who is the first business associate or the first franchisee of Titan Company. So Jogu ma'am, it's a pleasure to be in Vijayawada in your store. And for our audience, can you tell us about your beginnings, your journey?
Welcome to Vijayawada, Suvendu. It's lovely to have you here, and it's a pleasure talking about our journey with the company. Coming to how it all started, we'll go back a little with my background. I graduated from Delhi University and got married very early and moved to Vijayawada. My husband Prasad, his family is from automobile business traditionally.
What were they?
They were dealers for Hindustan Motors. Ambassador cars and Eicher tractors and those things. As I moved to Vijayawada, got married, I was very particular that I want to settle in business. I always had passion to become an entrepreneur, and that's how in my 20th year I started a music shop. In my 23rd year I started a travel agency, which is still there, doing well, and I started the travel business in 1983. It took few years to establish, get the IATA and all the other licenses. Once it settled down, I felt that I could do something more. And
but travel business would have been very exciting those days, right?
It's still very exciting. Yes. So after the travel business, wanted to get into something. Retail also was my passion. My husband is very well read, and he studied. He did his MBA from USA. And he was the one who used to read more about economy, what's happening in the market. So one of the weeks, the Week magazine, the Time magazine had a story on how Tatas are getting into watch business.
I see.
So he said it's going to be very exciting because watches was a very, very, it was not easy to buy watches in those days.
There used to be controlled.
HMT used to make watches. I remember for our wedding, we needed a pair of watches for me and Prasad. So there was a waiting list. Those days you had to wait for a watch like how you would wait for a phone connection or a gas connection.
I see.
So my mother, being a member of parliament in those days, with her letter we could get the watches. So it was a very controlled item. It wasn't easy. It was a luxury.
So she was a part of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha?
She was in Lok Sabha.
So she fought elections those days?
Yes. 1962 to 1977, she was a member of parliament.
My God, that's a very long tenure.
Jawaharlal Nehru's time, when he was the prime minister, she became an MP.
Oh.
It's a long journey. So we knew that it's going to be very exciting. Not many people knew why Tata's getting into watches, because in those days watches business was perceived as limited to certain kind of people or certain kind of segment. Not everybody sold watches. It was limited to a particular section. So
did you have good watch outlets in Vijayawada that time?
No, there was only traditional dealers with small shops. Who sold, like those days Alvin used to be there, HMT used to be there.
Yeah, these were the only two.
Yeah, these were the only two.
And Alvin was based out of Andhra only
Yeah,
those days.
Andhra only. So during this time, to my travel agency, the area manager of Titan used to come and buy tickets. He used to come here looking for a C&F agency.
Right.
This was in 1987.
Though the Titan people used to buy their train tickets from
Train or
From you.
sometimes flight. There was hardly any flights
From your travel
from our
agency.
travel agency. That's how I got introduced to the area manager. Then during the conversation, he mentioned that, the company is looking for a C&F agency. It ended there. He didn't say that you take it or anything. Then the next day, during his finding a business partner for C&F agency, he walked into my father-in-law's
Office.
automobile business, which was right next door.
Okay.
And the sons used to sit there only. My husband's cabin was next to his father. So the area manager, he went and met my father-in-law, and my father-in-law thought he's come to take the upstairs floor on rent.
All right.
There was some space available which they were willing to rent. But when he said this is for a C&F agency and we'll pay you 1,000 rupees a month.
1,000 rupees a month?
1,000 rupees a month. He just said, I'm not interested. So he got up while he was coming out of my father-in-law's cabin. Prasad, my husband, saw him, and he's generally, he talks, he introduces himself and he likes to have conversation. So he asked him and he said, this is what we're looking for, C&F agency. He immediately said, yes, we'll be interested. So he called him into his cabin and they spoke for some time. Said, my wife is, she's BCom graduate from Delhi University. She's already in business. She would like to take this up and she would like to do it. So after that he went. Few weeks later, he brought the general manager to Vijayawada. They shortlisted a couple of people for this job.
For the C&F.
For the C&F. So he came and met me and my husband in the office, and we spoke for some time, and he asked me about whatever I was doing and my interests, and after that he left, and the next day he would have gone, and I presume he would have met a couple of other people also.
Right.
Next day morning on the way to the airport, he stopped outside my husband's office, and he sent the area manager inside, and he came running to Prasad, said, my GM has decided to give it to you people. Can you come and talk to me? He's in the car. So he went, he met him. I said, Prasad, we decided to give it to you, provided your wife runs the business.
All right.
So we are talking about 1987. It's probably how many years back?
4 decades.
More than 4 decades.
Right.
So 4 decades back, they trusted a woman who's in her 20s to do this job.
That's a very, very important value. In fact, let me tell you, I have also heard this in Pune from Ketan Joshi, who is our franchisee currently for Titan World and Tanish in Jangli Maharaj Road. He also said that there were strict instructions from Mr. Desai to not only select a franchise, for whoever franchisees they are selecting, to also look into the family members, level of education, and what the women did, and how what the girls were doing, or the boy or the children were doing. I mean, these are some of the things that I think was ingrained into Titanians right from day one. So, and Jogu ma'am, even today, you will not see very many women entrepreneurs running the business independently. Many are running and many are involved with their family members, with their husbands and other relatives. But driving the business independently, that's still, there's a way to go. So you would be probably not only the first franchisee, but also the proud woman entrepreneur that our Titan company gave an opportunity to. And of course, hats off to you for taking that opportunity and having the drive and self-belief. And I think this is something that girls across the spectrum, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, can pick a leaf out of your hat.
Thank you so much, Suvendu. One other reason I think it happened that way, they focused on women in the family, because they approached big business houses, large scale business houses, to give this as an opportunity, and there was no bank guarantee. The stock was just sent without any paper. So for a man to take care of the business, it would have been too small in the sense of
I agree with you. 1,000 rupees.
Who would
even
like,
those days was a paltry sum, not a princely
they
sum.
had many employees who were getting more than 1,000 rupees as salary. So for the woman we took it more for the association. We wanted to associate with the brand Tatas, and we thought, and my husband was very, very convinced that this brand, the watches, is going to do extremely well in future.
Yeah, it had a great promise.
With that hope and the Tata Association that we took this. In fact, the Hosur factory opened after we took it. My husband went for the inauguration of Hosur factory, where Mr. J.R.D. Tata opened it.
Oh my God.
So he went for that opening, and he came back and told me only one thing. Mr. J.R.D. in his speech, he never mentioned I, or there was no singular at all anywhere. It was we. It was we. So that was something that we learned from that speech of his.
Correct.
It's all collective.
So I think you are referring to the culture over here,
yes,
which is a culture of, not celebrating individuals, but the organization as a whole.
Yes.
Even when the organization itself was at such a nascent state. So I think this culture is something which is carried on over the years with not only Mr. Tata, J.R.D. Tata, those days, who came for a brief while for the factory inauguration.
Yes.
But, Mr. Desai, Mr. Bhaskar Bhatt, Venkat, they all carried on with this tradition. And even the senior leadership today, they have a very pronounced we vis-a-vis I.
Yes, you'll never hear I in Tata Group.
Yeah. Humility is a hallmark in Titanians.
Exactly.
So, Jogu ma'am, you started with that CNF. And after that, you also went on to become the first franchisee for Titan showroom.
Yes.
Tell us a little more about that.
So when we heard that, we saw in the paper Titan advertised it's planning to get into retail, and they're looking for showrooms. So I guess we are the first ones to apply for franchise for the Titan showroom, and we were interviewed, and it was okayed. But the company's policy then was not to be in the dealer market. They wanted the showroom to be away from the dealer market.
Why was that?
Because they didn't want to disturb the dealer business.
I see.
And the dealers would become very
up in arms.
Yeah, they will not
and
be happy about
their
it.
Business,
they didn't want make it come across as a competition to the dealer. They wanted to build their own brand outside the dealer market
and grow the market.
So right now where we are sitting, this is MG Road. This is the hottest retail street, the only big retail street in Vijayawada. When we opened in 1989, February 11th, there was no retail outlet on this road. Apart from few automobile showrooms, there was no retail at all on this road. So we were the first retail brand to enter this road. So when people had apprehensions how we would do away from the market, and during that time, no brand had an exclusive store. Every brand sold through its dealers. So how would it work? And spending so much money on interiors and making it look so rich, whether people will be comfortable to enter a showroom like that.
Air conditioned showroom. And what was the size of the store?
400 SFT.
400 square feet only?
400 square feet only. And so the inauguration day came. Okay, on February 11th, 1989 was the inauguration date. And
who came for that?
The vice president and the factory head.
Okay, those days.
He had come to inaugurate the store. Bhaskar was All India sales manager.
At that time.
Srini was the regional manager.
Yeah.
They all came.
Right.
And It was a nice affair. People didn't know what to expect. Even we didn't know what to expect.
Because it was the first showroom,
First showroom. So by the end of the day, so many people came, so many people were awestruck, so many people bought watches. We sold 50 watches on day one.
My God.
Which was a big...
That's like a month sale.
Big surprise.
That is like a month sale in a dealer outlet those days.
Yeah. So company was so excited. Everybody was so excited. So it instantly gave push to company also. We should open as many retail outlets as early as possible.
And Vijayawada was certainly not as big as...
It was a tier 2, tier 3 city in those days.
Correct, those days also.
Tier 3 actually.
Yeah. So Jogu ma'am, from then on, how did you grow?
See, the first showroom gave us a lot of confidence. We were sure that we would like to grow with the company and establish more retail outlets. So, as a part of expansion, company was already looking for a second store in Vijayawada on Elur Road. So, we set up the second store.
When was that?
1992.
92.
Yeah. And we set up a store in Vizag also. Then later in Guntur.
Okay.
Along with this, Titan also started coming out with other verticals like the Tanishq, eyewear and Mia we didn't get into, but we set up the Tanishq store also.
Yeah.
Then after that we set up 2 I+ stores.
Very good.
Then Tanishq partnership, Carrot Lane also. During those days, we set up a store.
So quite a number of stores. How many?
Fast Track also we
Fast
set
Track
up.
also?
Fast Track
Okay.
also. Now they are part of the combo store, but we had 2 independent Fast Track stores.
Right. So it's been a very wholesome journey.
Yes.
I should say.
Yes.
For a family
Yes.
to have.
Yes.
So who is supporting you or looking after the business at this point in time?
It's a well-oiled engine.
All right.
So all these years we set up certain practices, and the manpower also is in sync with what is expected and
All right.
what they should deliver, their accountability.
So your next generation,
Yeah, next generation, of course, my son is now involved in the watch business.
Ratna.
Yeah, jewelry business I'm still taking care, but whenever I would like to step aside, my daughter will take care of this business.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Your daughter is very talented.
Yes.
She's a star on YouTube, and I use her videos
Yes.
for so many Kaizen.
Yeah.
So, she sings very well,
Yes.
and her videos are a delight. So I plan to put a few videos in the link
Sure,
when
sure.
I upload this conversation.
Sure. You're most welcome. It will be nice.
Yes.
So Smita is our daughter.
So Smita, her performance, all our associates can see.
Yes, yes. Smita is our daughter, and we have a son called, his name is Ratna Prabhu. They both are well educated. They're also running other businesses
Yeah.
in addition to this.
Yeah. What are some of the things that they are
My
otherwise doing?
daughter is in beauty business. She has a chain of salons across AP and Telangana. And she's also in a startup which is which has taken off well, and it's called Old School Rituals.
Old school
So
ritual.
it's organic skincare brand of her own.
Okay.
They have a factory in Hyderabad. My son is an automobile dealer. He's in Hyundai dealership. Daughter-in-law has couple of Fab India stores.
My God. So it's a lot, and it's a good mixture of, established brands in the country,
Yeah.
as well as some of the startups and
Yeah.
your own in-house brands, right?
I think it's because of my mother, who always believed that the women should be empowered. They should not be financially dependent on anyone. So that formula or that philosophy is ingrained.
Jogu ma'am, now let's touch the topic of people practices I've heard so much about you. In fact, this is my first trip to Vijayawada, and I had also till recently had not met you, though we have spoken on the phone sometimes. But your people practices are something that I have heard for quite some time now. And in fact, my boss Priya, she often mentions about best practices that she knows of. Please share some of them with our audience.
I think we learned it from the company. The concept of we try to continue believing in that concept.
The concept of we, which means it is a team.
Yeah, it is a team, and it's never been about me or my husband or my children. It's been about our organization as a family, which is incomplete without the people who are actually on the floor working.
Right, absolutely right.
So that is how, and always I'm a person who doesn't talk much. I talk very little, and when I talk also, I measure my words. I would filter through, like, if somebody says this to me, would I appreciate or would I be hurt? So I put it through that filter always when I choose my words.
So it is coming across empathetically.
Yeah. So when it is we as a family, organization as a family, so naturally when a member of the family is in some kind of pain or a trouble, we reach out in ways that are possible humanly. We do reach out, and that's the bond. I think from the other side also, from employees' side also, they treat us like their own family. That is the reason they stay on for years together. They don't leave. Even most of them, I'm sure they would have got better offers, them more interesting things, but they stayed on. They showed their commitment, and they showed their, reaffirming their belonging to the family. At the same time, we too appreciate. It's a mutual understanding. People practice is not one-sided. It is both ways.
Correct.
How you reach out and how they reach out to you. Only when that string when it strikes, then it's successful. Otherwise, you keep doing things for them. It's just material. People don't stay for material needs. They also stay for something beyond material comforts.
Simple things like respect.
Yeah, respect.
Bonding.
Yeah.
Recognition.
Yeah. So,
learning.
Yeah.
These are some of the key things that come to my mind. I am myself a long-term Titanian.
Yes.
31 years I have spent among what I call is my work family. Mm-hmm. I've never had a moment of doubt in this organization. So what I hear from you resonates very, very well for me. And in Titan, it is full of people who are 3 decades and 3.5 decades. Thankfully, we have a retirement age.
I know.
And otherwise, people don't stop. They keep going on and on and on. 3 decades, 3.5 decades is not a small part of one's life. It is like the entire adult life.
Even in my case, I had 2-3 small businesses, the travel business and some other business before getting into Titan. But it's 4 decades plus since I've got into Titan. I have not looked at any other brand after that.
Right. So what are your plans for the future?
Continue the good things that we are doing. And when time is appropriate, let the next generation take over. And enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey.
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment. Could you tell me some specific instances of something that you might have done for your employees, which is make you really proud or really help the people at that point in time?
There are many things that would have happened over the last 4 decades, but in the recent times, 2 instances, Shuvendu, I would like to recollect. During COVID time, we had no businesses, stores were shut, customers were not coming, but we ensured that the employees get their paycheck, they don't struggle for their daily needs. So we ensured that, which didn't happen in many outside, businesses. For example, I had gone to another jeweler, I would not like to name, on some work. So that person who was there at the counter, he said, "Ma'am, are you are the Tanishq
franchisee
owner here, right?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Ma'am, I hear from our the people around outside that getting a job in Tanishq is like getting a assured government job, where there is a surety and there is a security of employment. During COVID times, we all talk about how you took care of your employees. Same in our organization. On 1 week later, 20 people they removed just like that. We had no other we had no other source of income. There were children who needed milk, we could not buy for them. So he had tears in his eyes.
Right.
So I think that human nature, I only thought of one thing. If we, for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, we don't have business, we exhaust some 10% of the wealth that we accumulated. That 10% is not going to make any difference to us. But that 10%, if you let go, it's going to make a lot of difference in their lives. They can have a respectable, comfortable living.
Right.
So that's the thing that kept us going. Even company motivated us to take care of the employees. And we, unfortunately, one employee we lost during the COVID time. For that person, we continued to pay salary for 12 months to his wife. Company also gave 10 lakhs.
Yeah.
Also offered employment. So that way, and whether it was compulsory or not, we always took care of the PF ESI. We enrolled and we provided to everyone, even when our organization didn't need to. Below 20, you don't have to.
Right.
But even with 2 employees, we
gave PF.
We gave PF.
That's called voluntary enrollment.
Yeah, statutory benefits we always extended. Yet another example, recently Vijayawada had floods. Very bad. You would have heard, Shuvendu.
Just 2 years back.
News, it is 2 years back, yeah. Where in many areas water came and their entire houses were underwater. They lost everything. So the first thought that came to my mind was they need money to rebuild their houses, their homes. So instantly there were some 25 people across the system, 25 people. Gave 50,000 each
to support them
for immediate help. Right. To rebuild, buy necessary things like a cot or a mattress or a kitchen utensils. Then company was I had written a mail to the company,
right,
to Ajoy, and he immediately responded and said we should be doing something for them too. So company also gave 1 lakh each to.
Our leadership is very empathetic.
So with that empathy, they could, within no time, they could rebuild their homes and they could come back to work with a smiling face. So these are the things, it's not our greatness, it is just human, how a human can reach out to another human in times of crisis. I believe in spiritual path. I am deep into spiritual life. What I believe is we come with nothing, we go back with nothing. Whatever we have is what we accumulated, which we have to give it. So in that accumulated thing, which doesn't belong to us, if we let go of 10-20%, it's not our greatness. It is just nature. That's how natural instinct should be.
It's so gratifying and it's so full of lessons that I can't express my gratitude to you to have agreed for this gold standard conversation. I think it's there's a lot for us to take away from this conversation, and though it's a program on people practices and more from what we call about the HR life cycle and things like that, but you know what cannot be replaced is the practices that come from the heart. Everything can't be defined in books. And today's conversation has been a masterclass for me, and I hope it is a masterclass for all our associates, from Mrs. Jogulamba Prasad here in Vijayawada, who is running her stores for more than 4 decades, and I think we are so blessed that to have her in our system. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shuvendu, for coming over and making this happen. This shall remain in memory.
And very special to us.
Yes.
I am in Tanish, MG Road, Vijayawada today. And with me is Anil. Anil has been the store manager for this store for the last 15 years. This store is about 25 years old. So Anil, tell me about your journey. How did you start off?
I started my journey, I was in cashier firstly, and after that I became a BOS.
How long did you do the cashiering job?
Cashier 5 years, sir.
5 years?
5 years. And stock in charge 3 years. After becoming manager, store manager role, nearly 4 years.
Nearly 4 years.
Yes.
That means you have spent a lot of time
Yes, sir.
in this store.
Yes.
And tell me something about your team.
My team is very good and hardworking.
Hardworking?
Yes, sir. And most intelligent team also.
Intelligent?
Yes. Nearly around 35 members, sir, including housekeeping, security, and overall RSOs is 25 members. In that, RSOs, ladies RSOs 15 members.
15?
Yeah, 15, and gents 10 members.
10 members. Well, and tell me, you are achieving your targets. Do you have to keep motivating them?
Yes, sir. I achieve my targets, and daily I motivate the team and encouraging the team. And I conduct the on Tuesday and Friday, walking is very less. That time I will conduct the games, more inspirational games.
Can you give 1 or 2 examples?
Yeah, that games is actually brain peppers and like how to chase the targets. That's why we prepare the one Sudoku.
Yeah,
that,
I understand.
that type games we have conducted.
Very good.
Yes.
Very nice. I think these are some unique practices that
Yes.
you have brought in, and these are not standard practices.
Yes.
I do not come across too many stores and store managers having anything like this. Let us talk to C8 Srinivasa Raju, who is the boutique operation specialist in the Vijayawada store.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
बताओ, what have been your experiences?
मेरा नाम राजू सर। लास्ट 6 साल से इधर काम कर रहा हूँ सर। इससे पहले 3 साल में RSO करे, अभी स्टॉक इंचार्ज में कर रहा हूँ।
और अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस बताओ, कैसे लगे?
अच्छा है सर।
अच्छा है, क्या क्या खास लगा?
पूरा तो अब RSO में क्या है एंड वो टाइम पे अच्छा है अभी स्टॉक इंचार्ज का सबका टैप मतलब सपोर्ट कर दिया है मेरा फ्रेंचाइज भी
सबको सपोर्ट करता है तुमको। ऑल राइट। और कुछ स्पेशल इंसिडेंट्स इवेंट्स कुछ याद आ रहे हैं आपको?
इंस्टेंस बोला तो सर RSO टाइम पे सेल में अच्छा कर दिया उसमें प्रमोट करके यूएस कर दिया मेरे को।
ये एक इम्पोर्टेंट माइलस्टोन है आपके करियर में और आपके लाइफ। अभी मैं मोहम्मद गौसिया बेगम से बात करूंगा। शी इज अ रिटेल सेल्स ऑफिसर हियर। बताओ गौसिया,
हाय सर।
तुम्हारी जर्नी कैसी रही?
मेरा नाम गौशिया है सर। मैं लास्ट 8 ईयर से यहाँ पे कर रही हूँ। पहले मेरे को तनिष्क का पता नहीं था। मैं एज ए हाउस वाइफ रहती थी 8 ईयर्स। 2013 में मेरा मैरिज हुआ था। तो मैंने
कितने साल उम्र में शादी हुई थी तुम्हारी?
18 ईयर्स पे मैरिज।
18 ईयर्स में शादी हो गई?
19 ईयर्स पे शादी हुई थी सर। और वहाँ से 7 ईयर्स एक लड़का एक लड़की है मेरे को। तो उसके बाद मैंने फाइनेंशियल मैंने अपने सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस के लिए मैं पे तनिष्क पे आई थी। और वहाँ से मेरा जर्नी यहाँ पे आके टोटल 7 ईयर्स। दिस ईयर इज 8 ईयर्स मेरा पूरा करके। मैं यहाँ पे जो भी वर्क करती हूँ मैं टारगेट्स कंप्लीट कर लेती हूँ। और जो भी मेरे कोलिग्स रहते हैं उनके साथ फ्रेंडली बिहेव करती हूँ। इसीलिए 8 ईयर्स तक मेरी जर्नी तनिष्क से चल रहा है सर।
और भी आगे बहुत साल
और करूंगी सर। वही। और इसमें मेरे फ्रेंचाइजी आके मेरे को बहुत सपोर्ट करते हैं। लास्ट ईयर मेरा हस्बैंड का ऑपरेशन हुआ था सर। हार्ट ओपन हार्ट सर्जरी हुआ था। तो उस समय ना मेरा मैनेजर और मेरे फ्रेंचाइजी जो भी है उन्होंने मेरे को बहुत सपोर्ट किया है उस दिन में। और जितना भी मैंने लीव लिया था उससे ज्यादा भी लीव्स लिया था।
अच्छा।
तो उस लीव्स का भी हमारे मैनेजर सर और मैडम दोनों मिलकर मेरे को सैलरी क्रेडिट किया है और फाइनेंशियली कुछ सपोर्ट किया है मेरे को। आई एम वेरी थैंकफुल टू वर्क इन लाइक।
अभी हाउ इज योर हस्बैंड डूइंग नाउ?
Actually he was very good sir. From last 2 months he was going on work. अभी उसको काम पे जा रहे हैं और बच्चों के साथ लेके तनिष्क पे चल रहा है सर।